Maybe that's a big thing throughout it. Like, people just start singing more because their life gets affected by the whimsy of the musical. He'd be singing in the street at like 3 a.m. and all you hear is, "Shut the fuck up!"
So, I'm imagining that scene from Singing in the Rain where Gene Kelly is dancing on the streets. Why has that never been done before?
I don't know. I feel like that's prime time. That's an easy joke to make, man.
Right, Rich.
Yo.
The studios have been very cryptic.
He just said musical. He didn't give us any information, did he? They watched the new Mean Girls and he said, "Can we have that but better?"
Yeah. Rich, we don't have anything to work with.
No, and that's what we got to work with. The whole film will be a musical about trying to figure out how to make a musical.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. So it's like the producers.
Yeah.
Wait, so the people who are making this musical, are they trying to make a successful musical?
Well, maybe that's the point. Like this, because we never see a film about a producer learning the love of art.
Right.
Because how many times are producers? Is it mostly producers who make some decisions that are like evil?
No idea.
So what about is like Max Friedman, head CEO of insert evil company name, inherits like a company and wants to make a film, but like initially he's all about profit, but then like he's on the set and stuff and he falls in love with a girl from a different town.
Okay, so that's our main character. He's a man who's inherited this company from like maybe his dead father.
Yeah.
And he's gone straight into producing a movie that he's always wanted to make a musical, but maybe he has no singing talent of his own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we reckon with the Nepo Baby vibe, he just thinks you can just rock up and make a musical. Do you know what I mean? He thinks it's like a novel. I know not everyone could just sit down and write a novel, but that's an achievable task for one person, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not an achievable task for a person to make an entire film with no cooperation or experience with others. So
what if we go ahead and make him inherit the entire studio from his father?
Yeah.
So then he's not limited by like any like directors or anything because he's in charge.
So I'm thinking he's been round the meetings and stuff like that from the producer side, where like directors come and ask for money.
Yeah.
So he thinks he knows about creative decisions. So you'll have a montage of like all the really bad, like that scene in Community where Pierce is at a Doctor Who marathon thing.
Yeah.
And Pierce is like, "Make the girl have big tits." So we have those kind of decisions where he's just doing the most sexist, horriblest stuff, and he thinks
maybe he's basing the musical off like his own life, because I'm sure like Spielberg has done that. Spielberg has like made a movie where it was about a young boy discovering that he wanted to become a director. Maybe the guy wants to make a musical out of his own life.
Yeah, I'm down for this. So have we got our our circle up?
When a man inherits a studio from his father, and he's always wanted to make a musical. Mm-hmm. So the need is he wants to make that musical.
Yeah.
So you go somewhere, he continues to force the creative people, like he backs them into corners.
Mm-hmm. What about his idea? So what's his idea? Is his idea what we're making up? He wants to make a musical about someone trying to make a musical.
I knew you were going to do that. It was like, you just had to overcomplicate it. And in that musical, is there also a musical where someone's trying...
It just keeps going, man. Onions, layers.
How about we just keep it simple, and he's trying to make a musical based on his own life?
Yeah, I'm down. What if he thinks he had a really good relationship with his dad?
We can go back to Community, that scene where they record and the adverts.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say, have you ever had someone read your work and then they pull out something that you like, something personal?
I do this with you all the time.
Yeah. You're like, why are all the mothers perfect?
Yeah, and the dads are always awful people.
And incidentally, what have I pushed this to be? Like inherited stuff from a bad dad. Anyway, so I'm wondering if like he's doing stuff like this, and then when he's seeing it recreated on the stage, he's like realizing how sad his life is. So at first, he wants to do a musical about the wonders of his life, and then as it's reenacted on the stage. So like that, he will be trying to direct it and go, no, it's a happy moment, and then the two actors like, dude, your dad's like humiliating you in front of like a boardroom. He's like, no, this was instrumental. This is how I became the man I am today.
I reckon we also have like a girl Larry fancied back then, and she can return. Have you seen the movie Scrooge?
No.
Bill Murray, basically Ebenezer Scrooge, but he runs a studio.
Oh, I have. This was very, very long ago, but is it like he's audible?
Yeah. But a woman from his past comes back into his life, and he learns to love again. So I just reckon we have a woman from his past come back.
Yeah, well, I think that's a easy thing to make because he will have her being recreated in them scenes. So he tries to use this movie to reintroduce himself to her. The beginning of the film is at a funeral, and she's there, so it links it up. She's a more creative. She went like down a nice path of like, you know, open up an indie studio where they give like directors more control, better wages, blah blah blah. And he wants to make a movie to like appeal to her and be like, no, look, I'm not like my dad. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
He uses this as leverage to get her on the set, and there's that like tension of like, well, we technically bankroll you, so you know, I need you here. I'm just trying to think of ways that we can constantly have her be on the set and also reflecting on the past with him.
Maybe her studio is having like financial difficulties, so he says, I'll hire your actors and give them work.
Yeah.
So long as you're there as a consultant. So
yeah,
she doesn't like him, but that's why she has to show up to set every day.
That's perfect, yeah.
Because unlike him, she's got a heart and she doesn't want her actors out of work.
Yeah, there we go. I think that's it, you know. Can we not have them get together? Because I feel like I don't like films where they get together even though he's a horrible person. Maybe like they become friends again?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Go on. I was just going to say that was very Richie. I don't like it when the people are happy in my movie.
You need to be miserable.
There should be at least 3 scenes where he cries. Now his need was to make a musical.
Okay, so does he make it at this point? And does it flop?
So the entire like middle act would be him releasing this film.
I like that. Or maybe it comes out like how audible he was on set and stuff like that.
Yep, because he has to pay a price, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So the world now knows what he's really like. So here's the problem. You don't want him to be happy. Where does he go from here? Because he's just like a tragic figure.
He needs to learn that he needs to get better. No one's ever finished getting better, has he?
Can we have a scene here where he's singing about being miserable?
Yeah, so he starts to sing. Yeah, I like that. So, maybe that's a big thing throughout it. Like, people just start singing more because their life gets infected by the whimsy of the musical. He'd be singing in the street at like 3 a.m. and all you hear is, "Shut the fuck up!"
So, I'm imagining that scene from Singing in the Rain where Gene Kelly is dancing on the streets. Why has that never been done before?
I don't know. I feel like that's prime time. That's an easy joke to make, man. Singing. Shut up! Get indoors, you madman! It's absolutely belting down.
I kind of like that. How he's like caught up in this musical world, but the rest of the world are grounded in reality.
Yeah, like, and then maybe he watches a scene from the film, a particular scene that was joked about earlier on, and he sort of realizes for the first time how traumatized he is by his dad, and how that traumatizes others. What if there's a leak of him flipping out on set, you know, like a Christian Bale thing?
Christian Bale.
La-di-da-di-da! He watches it, and then, you know, like when you have you ever been angry and you feel like you went a bit too much there? You're like, oh, I feel really ashamed and embarrassed now. So that's it. So he just offers friendship, but he's like, you don't owe me anything, but I owe the world a lot.
I tried to make a musical about you and I. Now the music has stopped.